Happy Monday, take two, because apparently no one could hear me when I was live before. So here I am again. Hopefully, you can hear me this time. If for some reason you cannot hear me, please post in the comments so I know. And hopefully, we don't have that issue again this time. Yeah, I wanted to hop on today and talk about that F word that like a lot of people are really afraid of. And it really like freaks them out. Um, and I'm talking about it actually today in a very different context than what you may think. I'm talking about it in. And I'm really hoping you guys can hear me this time better than last time. If you can't, please post in the comments and let me know either way whether or not the audio is good or not. Um, it's been a really interesting journey going through this process of um, the concussion that I was diagnosed with. And awesome. I think you guys can hear me this time. Yay. How does it get any better than that? Yeah, this concussion, right, which has not been fun for me because it's caused me to slow down a lot and have to like triple check things and, really just function in a different way than I'm used to functioning because I'm used to like go, 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 fast, fast, fast. Come on, chop, chop. like, but that's just like the speed that I function at, right? Um, and having that experience be changed is not necessarily a bad thing, although it's very frustrating. I'm not going to front. Like it's extremely frustrating. And it's been a huge gift too, because I've gotten to experience the joy of being fired. What do I mean by that? And I'm gonna invite you too to like experience the joy of being fired. It actually can be really freaking freeing, like amazingly so. And so like whenever I engage with anything, whether it's as a mom or in my relationships or in business or on a project, it doesn't matter what it is. I've been this way my whole life. I pretty much go all in. I don't know like snail speed or half speed or partial speed. Like it's like if I commit to something, like I'm in. Um, and while I'm not changing that and I'm not looking to change that, I also have been able to really recognize lately some of the places where I've been so committed to being all in on all the other or with all the other people and things that I've committed to, and not necessarily always all in with me. Like it's so much easier to like take care of everybody else a lot of the time. And it's been a process and it's been a journey of like learning how to include me more and care for me more and take care of me more. And it's been even bigger in my world and more in my face since going through this whole healing process with this concussion. And so yesterday I was like sitting on my porch, which is like one of my gratitude spots. I just sit out there and like look at the sky, look at the trees, look at nature, and just like say thank you for just the joy of being alive. Um, and like the beauty and the miraculousness and the effortlessness of that experience to me, it's just like such a beautiful thing. And as I was sitting there, I was like just looking at the gift of the silence and just being with no expectations, no agenda, nowhere to get to, nowhere to go, just like just being in the pause, just being there. And one of the things that popped up was like the underlying expectations that I didn't even realize I had been putting on myself to show up in a certain way, to be a mom a certain way, to interact in business a certain way, engage in a project or a relationship in a certain way. And so I had a moment where I was just like, okay, Jenny Lynn, you're fired. Like you are fired from all these jobs, from all these expectations from all these ways you've decided you have to be in the world. Like, you're fired, lady. And it was so freeing to fire myself from all of these expectations that I didn't even realize I had on myself to be a certain way anywhere. And so, like, I wanted to share that with you because, you may or may not have had a similar experience, whether or not there was like an injury involved where you gave yourself the gift of like firing yourself. Um, and I didn't actually physically quit anything, right? Like, I'm still a mom. I'm still here. I'm still engaging in different projects and in, people in the world. So I didn't like physically quit anything. It was more of a unspoken contract with myself to have to do anything. And I just have a lot more peace in my world now. Like, I'm really excited because now I get to ask even deeper questions. And if you know me or you've been following me for any length of time, I'm a huge fan of questions, of the gift in the pause and the silence and being curious. Not looking for answers or solutions, but like a true, genuine 5-year-old curiosity about life and creation and the way things work. And so firing myself really opened up a space for me to ask some even greater questions in an even deeper way about who I would like to be in the world and how I would like to be in the world. And maybe if it is time to let some things go, or add some other different things to my life. And like there's just a different, deeper level of joy that's present and available now. Because I was willing to just go, Jenny Lynn, you're fired. Like, all these jobs, all these roles, anything you thought you had to do yesterday, you don't have to do that now. What would you like to create? Who would you like to be? What would you like to choose? What actually works for you? No more people pleasing or, trying to keep the peace because I'm like Miss Peacemaker. Fired myself from that too. So yeah, I'm just my invitation for you today as I kind of wrap up this conversation and this share of what happened for me is like, what jobs or roles could you fire yourself from? And what different space and choices could be available for you as you get to be the conscious co-creator of your life now and in the future. And with that, I will see you next week. Bye.